Hello, everyone. Can you believe we're at the end of 2023 already? It just blows my mind how fast this year went by. One of the things that I'm always working on in December, and one of the things that I'm most proud of, and one of the things that is actually a legacy I didn't even count on, is working on pieces of art that are for the COGAP program. That's the Coast Guard art program, and it's run through the Salmagundi Club, and you have to be juried in as a Coast Guard artist. I am juried in, and I actually have 8 pieces currently in the U.S. Coast Guard art program collection, or the U.S. government collection. And I'm so excited about that because I think they're some of my best pieces. And also, they move around to different locations, different venues where people are looking at them who really care about the stories that we're telling in these paintings. And because of that, because I won Best of Show in 2022, and because there was somebody who was actually a retired Navy captain, looking at the exhibition that year, um, I was afforded a sponsored opportunity to do an artist residency for a week aboard the U.S. cutter Stone. It was the newest in our fleet of cutters, security cutters, and it was such an amazing experience. I will be painting from scenes, references that I took at those scenes, probably for the rest of my life. But I wanted to share with you the pieces that I've put together for the January um, jurying of the Coast Guard Art Program. And hopefully, these 3 will join those 8 that I already have in the government collection, and they'll make a total of 11 pieces. And these all are from references that I took back in November of 2022 when I was on the U.S. Cutter Stone. We set sail out of Charleston. We were about 100, 150 miles out at sea, and there were 15-foot waves. I mean, it was a wonderful experience living and eating and experiencing the drills and everything with the crew. So let me just show you this piece over here. I called Muster, the one on the end here. And Muster was one of the drills that actually it took place several times, where you get together on the flight deck, and heads are counted. And everyone, to my surprise, everyone on the boat knew who I was and where I was at all times. I don't know how, I have no idea how they did that. It wasn't like there were cameras everywhere, but somehow they all knew, I guess because it's a small crew. I don't remember now, so I don't even want to quote, but it was only at most a couple hundred people on board. But, and I'm sure I stood out. But I really just was taken by the beauty at night when you do these drills and with all the lights on the flight deck. And these are slippery. There's traction here, but these are slippery decks. It's not like, uh, it's a safe place to be necessarily, especially if the boat were rocking a little bit more than it was. But I just couldn't get over how beautiful, like the nets. And this is over here is where they store the helicopter, the dolphins. And there's the maintenance, there's a office back here as well. And it just, looking at everybody standing there, I'm like, are you guys seeing this? It's just, to me, it looked very much like Christmas, like a holiday sort of celebration. And so I couldn't resist. That was the first one that I painted when I got back home, because it was just, to me, I mean, of course it's safety and they're doing what they need to do and making sure that everybody's where they need to be. But it was also just a reminder of how gorgeous, um, even though they're getting together for a specific mission, no matter where you are, you can find beauty. Here's another one that I did. This is actually a compilation of several pictures that I took. And several times the crew was suited up. They call it suiting up. And I don't know exactly what gear they have all here, but to just practice different emergency sorts of situations. Well, I put it in a hallway of the boat because at night they have everything in a red light, and that's so that if you have to go on deck and look at the horizon and do anything outdoors at night, you don't want to have to sit and wait for your eyes to adjust. And so by having the red light, your pupils don't have to be really super dilated and then constrict and back and forth, right? So this was a picture that, or a painting that I did that tells the story of, how they're walking around in these sort of eerie, almost, like the movie Alien, on the ship there, almost surreal sorts of environments that they just get used to and take for granted. But again, I looked at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, that is just so beautiful. Just the way the different lights reflect off of everything. And of course, this is all for safety reasons, and there's a good reason that everything is like it is. But to me, I look at it and I just think, again, it's gorgeous. And it's a visual appreciation of these first responders and these military people who are doing very dangerous things for me to keep me, living the safe life that I'm living. This is my third piece. Oh, the second one I called Night Shift. This one I'm calling Start Your Engines. And this one is from, I just varnished it so it's still a little shiny and wet. But this one is from the couple of seconds when you first start your engines on these ships. There's a puff of smoke and then it's gone. It's just a fleeting couple of seconds. And it sort of symbolizes the start of the mission. And when I took this photo of the smoke, everybody around me came up afterwards and said, "Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it?" Because whatever they're doing, they try and look up and see it. And so I just thought this was a moment that everybody on crew knows and relates to. When they're first starting out, when the engines start up, that means, okay, this just got real. Now we're off to do what we do. And so I was happy that I got to take that. These were the people that I put in here, weren't on the deck with the ropes and everything at the time, but they were some of the people that I just liked their, especially this guy over here. I just liked their posture, their gestures, and but there were other people on here. They were, on the deck. They were busy doing things. Like not everybody gets to look up and see, and a lot of people are on the bridge or under deck. This right here is the bridge, those black, that horizontal black line that you're seeing. And this right here in the middle, I'm trying not to touch this because it is wet. This right here in the middle is the gun. That gun can shoot accurately from 2 miles away. I never saw them do a drill with the gun because primarily the U.S. Coast Guard, and this is part of why I love them, is a rescue mission organization, or they're changing out buoys, they're saving wildlife. Of course, they do law enforcement. They do drug, intercept drugs, illegal fishing, that kind of thing. But they don't even call their prisoners prisoners. They call them detainees. And so, unlike other branches of the military, they're not seeking out the enemy to destroy and capture or kill. They are actually, in most instances, most of their missions are rescuing people. And so that was something I didn't really understand when I first went on this residency. But, I'm there going, why aren't you using the gun? I want to see you shoot the gun, right? And that wasn't received well because that's not the primary focus. That's not what they do. And I love them all the more for it. Anyway, I hope you all have a very happy, wonderful holiday. Happy Hanukkah, happy Christmas, happy Kwanzaa, happy whatever you celebrate, happy solstice. And I pray that 2024 brings us all such joy and beauty, no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, even if it seems mundane to you. There's somebody around you who probably thinks that the things around you are beautiful. And I hope maybe you can be one of those people that takes notice more. Have a wonderful, wonderful end of 2023.